Have you ever felt when you were making financial progress that there were other issues that came up as a result? It seems like you are making money, or maybe not, and it's either hard to keep it, or hard to earn it, or hard to grow it, or whatever your challenge is. That is your current reality. Well, in this video, I'm going to prove to you and show you why money is not your real problem. Notorious B.I.G. said, more money, more problems. However, I don't necessarily fully agree with that because um, it's not that money creates problems, money creates opportunities. When you always see things in the negative light, you will always produce what is negative. For example, if money is seemingly a problem to you, or if you are afraid of making more money, or you're afraid of saving money, or you're afraid of becoming successful, or you're afraid of these different things, then you will literally cause yourself to be in a consistent cycle of deficit and decay and lack and, in a sense, poverty. Now, I want to teach you something today that is going to help you. If you don't know me by now, I was a sociology major, and I studied people. I studied the behaviors of people. I studied the way of people. I studied also psychology. And one of the primary things that I say to people is that there is no psychology without sociology, meaning that everything that happens to you socially affects you psychologically, meaning that your financial makeup that came from your parents, that came from your religion, that came from your community, all has an effect on how you think about money. Now, you may not see that, but I want you to think about it like this. What do you know about a certificate of deposit? What do you know about uh, getting a job? What has been told to you about these things? Why is it that you struggle to keep $1 in your bank account, or 10,000 or $100 or whatever it is? Why is it that you feel the need to always buy or reward yourself every time there's a hallmark of success, and it brings you back into the place of where you were? It's because your thinking about money is predicated upon what you have been exposed to in your lifetime. Now, sociology is the study of human behavior and social interaction. Psychology is a study of the way the mind works, thinks, and processes information, and allows you to govern your life. So the social context and constructs that you abide by and adhere to ultimately determine how you are going to deal with, communicate, and distribute money in its entirety. Now, the reason why I approach it from this lens and this level is because you think that the real problem is money, and it's not. Not having money is a symptom of a larger issue. Being someone who procrastinates is a symptom of a larger issue. Being someone who doesn't finish their projects is a symptom of a larger issue. And you see the problem as the actual lack, and it's actually not the problem. The real problem is what you've been exposed to as a child, in your adulthood, in your matriculation into who you are today. Now, that may sound interesting to some, but it may validate a lot for other people. And so what I want you to understand is that your reality, your current reality, comes from somewhere. If you are not satisfied where you are financially, it's because there's something that you have not overcome that came before you. There, for example, if everyone in your family struggled, if everyone in your family lived paycheck to paycheck, if everyone in your family did not create a business, if everyone in your family, if that is what you've only seen, then you're limited by what you've only been exposed to. So The first level of your transformation financially is going to come not in trying to change yourself financially. It's going to come in you trying to change what you have been taught financially. So the premise of financial literacy is not merely me teaching you how to budget. It's teaching you how to become someone different to actually obtain a different result. Because you can't obtain a financial result that is contrary to who you are as a person. What does that mean? Every tree bears fruit of its kind, right? So what you produce is indicative of who you are. So if you are someone that is trying to produce apples, but your seed or the makeup inside of you is oranges, then you are living in confusion about what you are supposed to produce. So if you are someone that desires a different financial outcome, then you have to change the makeup on the inside of you. That means what you've been exposed to has to be now confronted. What you believe now has to be confronted about money. What you have always been taught has to be confronted. And it's a painful journey of financial transformation, but it's a necessary journey, because if you limit yourself by what you've always been taught and what you've always learned and what mommy and daddy and grandma and grandpa did, then you will never be able to ascend the heights that you are supposed to. The first premise of financial transformation is always exposure. What is exposure? Exposure is your social environment. If you want to change your outcome, you may have to find different soil. Yeah. If you if you want to become a different tree, you got to change the soil, the seed in the soil. If it's not sufficient for where you are currently, then it's not going to be sufficient for where you're trying to go. So your exposure level is what you listen to, the information that you allow in your space, the information that you consume. All of these things are exposing you to a certain mindset. I want you to understand this. Words are seeds. Every word is a seed, meaning that when words are planted somewhere, then they produce something different. So if the financial seed that you are receiving in your life, in your heart, in your mind, is negativity, is all my friends are not financially astute, or all my friends don't want to grow financially. They're always talking about how much money they don't have. They always talk about money, how much money they wish they would. I wish I could do that. I wish, and there is no ambition or no desire to change. Then you are affecting your environment from being able to produce a different outcome in your finances. If everyone in your family speaks negative about money, if everyone in your friend group speaks negative about money, if everybody is doing and saying the same things, and ultimately so will you. Now, this is not to say that you're just supposed to disconnect yourself, and maybe that may be necessary for a time, but it is to say that in order to transform in the next dimension of where I'm trying to go in my money, I need to change the type of community that I'm connected to. That may mean, number one, find yourself a mentor. Number two, invest in the mentor. Why did I say that? Because when you're investing in the mentor, you're not investing in the mentor, you're investing in yourself. Imagine you pay somebody $5,000 to help you make 50. What is that? That's a 10x result. That means It's not just 100 times 100% increase. That's 1,000% increase. So I find me a mentor that can teach me something. I'm actually helping them or connecting with the belief systems that they have, and now partnering myself with them and becoming like them. There is a blessing in mentorship. There is a hidden treasure in mentorship because mentors create an environment for you either to be around or desire want to be around or in, or desire for you or want to disconnect you from. Mentorship's responsibility is for you to partner with the belief system that they have so that you can become like that, because you only find a mentor if you're trying to become more. I only connect with mentors if I want more. If you are someone that desires more, you need to find a mentor, because a mentor will teach you information that not only will change you financially, but it will change you in your identity, because your finances are related to who you are as a person, meaning your productivity is directly associated with who you are. In the Bible, it says it like this: be fruitful, do multiply, do subdue and replenish, and then have dominion. The first thing was to be fruitful, meaning that it to be fruitful, it means that you are someone who is someone that is a fruit bearer. It means that I am fruit, or I am a tree that produces fruit. So it means that before I can multiply and subdue and have dominion and replenish, I have to develop an internal infrastructure that actually will produce that. Because if you try to multiply before you're fruitful, then you will never be able to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish, because you're skipping steps. You have to be fruitful in what you've been given, whatever your skill set is, whatever your gifting is, whatever your talents are, whatever your passion is, whatever your purpose is. When you connect those together, then you can create something that is a solution for other people that will help them get a result that they desire, so that you can actually receive the resources that are within your fruit level. Okay. Number two, the second part about your financial transformation, once we deal with what you've been exposed to, then we can confront your beliefs. The bridge between your new belief systems and what you've been exposed to is going to be the mentor. Because beliefs are now what I value, what I adhere to, and what I am ultimately going to produce. The real problem is my history. My belief system is the second problem, not the money. What I believe about money is the problem. What I believe about finances are the problem. If I believe that the purpose of money is only to pay bills, then I will only make enough to pay bills and not enough to invest. If I believe that I'm supposed to only go to college for the purpose of going to college, then I will only go to college and come out of college without skills that will make money. If I only go to college, or if I only believe that the purpose of money is to pay off debt, then I will only live just enough to keep my credit score good. But if I believe that the purpose of money is to invest, then I will take on the persona and the relationship and the reality and the mindset and the character of the investor. That is called becoming. It's interesting that become and belief have the same pretext or the preframe, which is B. It's interesting that belief and become both start with B because it has a lot to do with you as a person. I am something. I am transforming. That's becoming. I am trusting. That's belief. So, belief and becoming are words that are connected because your belief systems about money affect who you become financially. So the first problem that a lot of people struggle with is exposure. The second problem is beliefs. No, money is the main purpose of money is not to pay bills. That's part of it, but that's not the main purpose. The main purpose of money is not to pay off debt. That's part of it, but it's not the main purpose. The purpose of having money is to be able to have the resources to serve other people. That's the number one purpose. But if you cap yourself at only where you are financially, then you will never invest in yourself to become someone new because your belief systems are only predicated by what you've always been comfortable in. The next thing that we're confronting is your feelings because your beliefs affect and direct your feelings. If you feel like doing something, you'll do it, but you only do it because of what you believe about it. Here's the thing about money. What I believe about money affects what I will feel about it. I feel like I only have enough, but that's not the full truth. I feel like if I take this job, then it will just pay my bills. That's not the full truth. I feel like I feel. Your feelings, you only have the feelings that you have based upon what you believe about a certain thing. So you have exposure, which is knowledge about a thing, and then you have beliefs, then you have your feelings, and then your feelings is what determines your thoughts. So before you even have a thought about money or thought about something, you are dealing with all of the things that you have encountered about it. You're dealing with what everyone has said. You're dealing with the belief systems about it. You're dealing with the feelings, the uneasiness. I just feel like money is hard to make. I feel like money is it's challenging to make. And even me even saying that is challenging because when you've seen things happen for you in a speed in a accelerated manner, you look at yourself and like you're like, wow, that doesn't have to actually be my reality. When your feelings are the governing body or the governing um the governing aspect of your life, then you will always make decisions by what you feel and not make decisions by what you think. You have to make decisions. Yes, your feelings will be involved, but your feelings have to confront why you feel the way you feel about something. And then your thoughts. Your thoughts about money. And then once your thoughts are transformed, then your life can be transformed. Your life is a representation of your history. So your financial life is a representation of your history. You might not have come from a wealthy family, but a wealthy family should be able to come out of you. If my life is not where I want it to be, I need to ask myself a question. What am I missing that is keeping me from the outcomes that I desire? The Bible says it like this: people perish for a lack of knowledge. So the issue at hand is not money, the issue at hand is knowledge. What I don't know. If if anything is an issue with financial literacy, it's the issue that we're teaching you how to save without teaching you how to earn, without teaching you how to invest, in all these different aspects of things. Financial literacy should be in a couple of different phases. The first phase is acquiring money. The second phase is preserving it. The third phase is multiplying it. And the fourth phase is distributing it. True and authentic financial literacy is wrapped up in those four phases, because that is the ultimate construct to be able to create and stay wealthy throughout time. How do I know this? If I know how to make it, I have to know how to keep it. And I need to know how to multiply it. So in the event that I can't make it, I can still have it and be able to continue to distribute it. You see what the connection here? So what we're dealing with, what you may be dealing with, is not the actual money issue. Yeah, you may not have money, but there's a reason why. There's a reason why something is missing in my life. And if you only calculate that or identify the issue at hand as the money at hand, you will only make decisions by the money and not make decisions by what is actually happening. The knowledge. So right now, if you're someone that is, yeah, you have money, you're okay, you're good, but you're like, I need more. I want more. Number one, you need to believe that you are able to access it. The number one thing that anyone can do is believe that whatever they write down is possible. Is possible. If your belief is that you can make $100,000 in a day, then you surely will. Because faith operates, good or bad, in the unseen realm. Every entrepreneur or every successful person, whether they're in business or they're in a corporate position, before they actually had it, they saw it possible. They envisioned it. The scripture says it like this: the worlds were framed by the word of God. By faith we know. And that which we do see is made by things which is unseen. We can't see molecules, but we know that they're there. I can't see my cells in my body, but I know that I'm a human being. I don't know how the trees were made, but we know that they were made. I don't know why the earth is still round. It doesn't make sense. But by faith, we know that all these things which we see was an idea from someone that is outside of the place of creation. So in my life, I need to step outside of my current place and think on a different dimension. Oh wow, I am able to make these millions. Oh wow, I really can start an orphanage. Oh wow, I really can buy buildings and buy property. Because if you can see it, it's possible. So the first step into your financial transformation is changing your belief systems about it. The second thing, once we change our belief, we now need to acquire new knowledge. We need to acquire something new. One of the greatest issues, and I said this earlier, that people face is the lack of knowledge. If you know something is possible, you'll do whatever it takes to make sure that that possibility becomes possible, or not becomes possible, becomes a reality. What seems impossible is actually the opportunity for you to make it possible. It seemed impossible to connect all of the world, but we now have a cell phone. We now have social media. It seemed impossible to get messages across state lines, country lines. Oh, but we now have text messages. But somebody thought of it. I need you to get around people who know more than you. I want you to be a novice for a season, for a time period. If you could become a novice and to learn a skill, maybe you have a skill set and expertise, but you know how to put it together to make more resources or acquire more resources for yourself. There's people that know how to do that. That's why you get these videos, right? Then once we have applied or acquired new knowledge, now we need to become valuable. You become valuable by serving people, by helping people get something that they want. I'll never forget when I was in the tax industry, a client came to me and they owed about $50,000 in tax or something like that. And I was only a tax preparer. And then something in my head was like, let's help them get this specific situation solved. But then let's offer this person something that will be way more valuable so this doesn't happen again. So then I said, you know what? I want to give you something that'll help you not pay this amount of taxes, but it costs $15K. He was like, really? That's it? It was that moment that I knew that money was never the problem. It was value. Your ability to not only become valuable, but be able to articulate your value is going to be the cutting edge or the determining factor of how you make it through this next economic phase. I'm going to say that one more time. What is going to preserve you through economic downturns, upturns, shifts, and transformations is your ability to not only be valuable, but be able to articulate the value that you have. How does one become valuable? One becomes valuable by serving people to get them a specific result that they desire. That is where the money is. The money may not always be in the stock market up front. It is, but you have to know that you are your own stock market. You can buy, sell, and trade your value so that somebody else can experience a result, an outcome, a promise that will ultimately lead to impact and income for you. Impact on them and income for you. So if this helped you, if this teaching helped you, Share this with someone and let them know that the real problem is not the money. The real problem is not the lack thereof or even having money. The real problem is exposure, beliefs, feelings, and thoughts. Those are the real issues that you're facing. When you can get those things under control and become someone that has a deeper belief system and knows how to do more things and becomes more valuable, money will never be a problem for you. I want you to type in the comments right now, money is not my problem. I want you to type it like 5 times. Money is not my problem. My name is JaQuan Gamble, and I hope this teaching, this educational experience has helped you in your journey of financial freedom. I look forward to helping you and seeing you through the next levels of your financial journey. I'll see you soon.